If you don't know Chernobyl by now, Chernobyl was a power plant in Soviet Union, now Ukraine, in the 1980s. Reactor 4 of the plant exploded at 1:23 a.m. on the 26th of April in 1986. It is the worst nuclear disaster in history. It remains radioactive till date and will continue to be so until the next 10,000 years. I have been doing maintenance work at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant for 6 years now. Day shifts, mostly. Stuff like routine checks, equipment repairs, monitoring, containment structures, and so on and so forth. It's quiet work and it pays enough to keep me coming back. The zone has become as familiar to me as my own apartment in Kiev. But 3 weeks ago, they asked me to cover some night shifts. Budget cuts, they said. Fewer crews, longer hours. I needed the overtime pay. Prices have skyrocketed since the war began, so I said yes. I should have said no. The first thing you notice about Chernobyl at night isn't the silence, it's how wrong the sounds are. During the day, you hear what you'd expect: wind through broken windows, metal clanking and creaking as the temperature changes, the distant hum of monitoring equipments. Normal sounds for a dead place. At night, the animals come out, and they are, let's say, different. The first time I saw a wolf walking upright, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. It was standing maybe 50 meters away, perfectly balanced on his hind legs like a person, just watching me through the fence. When I turned my flashlight on it, the reflection from its eyes weren't the usual yellow-green. They glowed blue, like the color you see in those old photos of reactor cores. I blinked, and it was gone. The next night, I saw 3 of them, walking in single file along the main road, upright, arms swaying at their sides like they were heading to work. I radioed it in, but the dispatchers told me to stay inside the buildings and continue my rounds. The birds were worse. I watched a flock of ravens pass over Reactor 3, only to begin flying in perfect circles over it. 25 birds, perfectly spaced out, all flying the same circular pattern. They flew like that for exactly 11 minutes. I timed it. Then they flew away in complete silence. But it was the deer that made me stop sleeping between shifts. I was checking the coolant system in Building 2 when I heard hoofbeats on the concrete. Slow, deliberate, like footsteps. I looked out the window and saw a stag walking upright down the corridor of the administrative building across the country yard. It was carrying something in its mouth, looked like papers or documents. It walked to the end of the hall, set whatever it was carrying on a desk, then walked back the way it came from. Still upright, still wrong. I started beginning to be paranoid and try to bring a camera, but the pictures never came out right. Just blurry shapes that's the same blue glow where eyes should be. Last night was my final shift. I know that now. I was doing routine checks on the monitoring equipment when I heard it. A scream from the direction of Reactor 4. Not an animal sound, a human. Desperate and terrified, like someone was dying. I grabbed my radio. Dispatch, come in, dispatch. This is Volkov. I'm hearing distress calls from Reactor 4. Are there any other crews on the site? Static. Negative, Volkov. You're the only one scheduled tonight. The scream came again. It was closer this time. I should have stayed put. I should have waited for backup. But that scream, it sounded like someone who needed help right now. I made my way toward Reactor 4 following the sound. My dosimeter was clicking steadily, normal background radiation for this area. The scream had stopped, but now I could hear something else. Laughter. A very demonic laughter. It's coming from below, from the basement level where they keep the elephant's food sealed away. The elephant's food is the most radioactive mass on Earth. It is an amalgamation of molten uranium concrete and debris in the 1990s. If you stood there for even 5 minutes, the radiation would kill you. It has been locked ever since. The room is always locked, and I am the only maintenance worker with a key. which I have ever used. Orders are to report any issue with that door immediately and wait for specialists. But as I got closer, I could see light spilling out of the door. Dim blue lights. The door was slightly open. I checked my keyring. The key was still there. I was the only one who could have opened the door, and I sure as hell hadn't been down here tonight. The laughter was definitely coming from inside. Soft, almost like childlike, like someone had heard a funny joke but were trying to hold their laughter in. I should have run. Every instinct I had was telling me to run. It was screaming at me to get the fuck out. Call for help. Let someone else handle this. But my feet kept moving forward, like I was in a transparent state of mind. I had to know. I pushed the door open wider and stepped inside. The elephant's foot was glowing, not the dull, dark mass I had seen in training photos. This was bright, pulsating with that same blue light I had been seeing in the animal's eyes. It looked fresh, hot, like it had just warmed yesterday. My dosimeters started clicking faster, then faster. Within a second it was a solid high-pitched whine that meant I was taking lethal dose of radiation. What the hell? I whispered. That's when I heard the door slam shut behind me. I spun around and tried the handle. Locked. I fumbled for my key, but when I tried to insert it, it wouldn't fit, like the lock had changed suddenly. I'm trapped in here, writing this. My dosimeter is screaming. I can already feel my skin starting to burn. I'm typing this on my phone. I don't know why. Maybe I just need someone to know what happened. Maybe I need to warn people. My hands are shaking. It's hard to type. The skin on my knuckles is starting to blister. Can't peel. The elephant's foot is getting brighter. I swear I can see shapes in the glow. Faces. They're all looking at me and smiling. The laughter started again. It's not coming from the mass. It's coming from the walls. The ceiling. It's everywhere. I just looked at my watch. It says 1:23 a.m. The date says April 26, 1986. The glow is getting brighter. I think I understand now. I think I'm not the first maintenance worker to find this room open. I can hear footsteps in the hallway outside. Slow, deliberate, getting closer. My watch is running backwards now. If you're reading this, don't come looking for me. And whatever you do, never, ever work in the night shift in the zone. Some doors should stay locked. The footsteps have stopped right outside. Someone's trying the handle. A deafening explosion shook the floor above me. 1:22 a.m., April 26, 1986. The reactor has exploded. I think I need to get back to work. This story was brought to you by A2Pro75. He's an amazing upcoming author. Make sure you go check him out. I will leave a link below for the actual story and a link to his page. Also remember that we're so close to hit 100 subscribers, so feel free to drop a follow and subscribe. Also make sure you drop a follow on Twitch. We're so close to 500 followers on Twitch and we are doing a subathon, so make sure you drop a follow there and participate in the subathon. We will have links to the Twitch, TikTok and Twitter down below, and a link to our Discord server if you want to join our community to bring horror, joy and also video games. And this week's shout out will go to a person that I'm going to collaborate soon with, and her name is the Herb Catter, and she streams on Twitch and also makes content on YouTube. So make sure you go follow her, and until next time, make sure to always listen to your intuition. Get some water, get some food, and get some rest. And sometimes it's better to not know than try to understand some things that is forbidden, or you will pay the price.